my buddy Steven said he was going to come and help me do the back end of this car, but it's been quite a while and Steven hasn't showed up. You know, I think he's got some other priorities. He's got a new girlfriend and stuff, so can't really be mad at him. I would have done the same. So I would like to try something completely different in the back of this. My buddy Josh just did this great job pulling in the quarter panels. And I've been seeing all these videos online of guys doing it. So I think we're going to try to pull in the quarter panels. How we're going to do that is we're going to put a steel bar on the outside of the car, we're going to put a chain across, and we're going to start pulling in and hammering as we come. Now I can't affect the height of these, but I can pull the quarter panels in. I can't do some other stuff that I've asked about, but I'm not even going to talk about it because I can't do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up with a way to build a bar that goes from there to there. We're going to come along in the middle, and then we're going to start pounding the sides in, and then we're going to go from there. So let's clean out this trunk so we're working with a clean, fresh system here. And then we're going to get some lights in here so you guys can see what I'm doing. And then we're going to start building some junk. Let's get going. So this is what I got set up. I have U-bolts off some pipe that I had just laying around. I have some steel that I cut just from a scrap piece of metal outside, and we have it on the outside. Now these are not going to stay there. Now you guys might have seen other YouTubers doing this, and TikTokers, and other derby guys doing this. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of pressure, and then we're going to start hitting this with sledgehammers on the outside. So I'm going to put on some lovely music for you guys so you don't have to hear the banging of hammers for the next hour. So we got the sides pulled in, and you guys can see the difference. Everything is a lot tighter back here now. We did kink the rear struts, but I'm okay with that. I don't think that we did too much damage. So now the hard part is we're going to try to get these out of here. So I think this one's going to be okay, but I think this side I may have taken a little too far. So we're going to get that one out of there as well. We have to get them out because they can't stay there. We can't pass tech with those things in there, so they got to come out. So let's get those things out of there, and then we will show you guys how we're going to fold them right up, just like this one is, but a little tighter without the steel in there. So we got the sides pulled in, we got them all hammered, we got everything that we got that we want. We got all of the steel pulled out and stored away for the next one, hidden underneath there. The sides don't look great, but they're okay, and we can't bolt it or else I would. And the whole purpose of this is to try to get it so that the steel doesn't come into the tires, and when it rolls up it becomes a tighter wall. So the next thing, I didn't do this last year and I'm not a big fan of it, but we're going to try it. We're going to tuck this trunk. I feel like I'm on a game show. Can we tuck this trunk? Yes we can! So we're just going to notch this right here. I'm going to do a big enough notch so it bends right at the bottom of the arm, and we're going to tuck it underneath. The rules say it has to go 90 degrees, so we're going to bend it 90. Now, when I was there last year, there's a lot of guys that didn't have it bent 90, but I intend to follow the rules for the most part. So let's bend this 90 and get it inside the trunk. So some of my buddies have press brakes at their work, and it makes this a lot easier, but let's just he-man that. I still have reverse lights in this trunk. Shit. Should I leave them in? You know what? I think I'm going to do the proper adult thing and remove the reverse lights.
We'll be right back. And we do have to notch out a little bit of this side here, just so we can jam it in there. So we're going to notch out the side rails here, and then we're just going to jam it in there. You know what? I don't think I'm going to notch the side rails. I think I'm going to notch the trunk, because I don't want to damage any of the what's left of the stability of these quarter panels. That sounds like a much better reply. And I did realize after starting to cut into this that this car's been shot. Who would shoot a perfectly good Toyota like this? What monsters are out there? So, tail lights, reverse lights out, trunk in trunk. Let's be right back.
So guys, we got the trunk in there, we got our holes drilled, we got our seat belts on there. I am one of the only guys at Meltdown to run seat belts. So if you see somebody running seat belts at Meltdown, there's probably a 50 to 60% chance it's me, because I seat belt all my doors. These guys don't believe in seat belts. I put full faith in these little straps. But what I did was I just folded it 90 by cutting it. You guys see me fold it, went to shut it. Just had to hammer the edges here a bit just to get them around the tray. Folded it underneath. Once it was in there, I just hit it a couple dozen times with a hammer, nothing too aggressively. Made the sides here so I could put my seat belts on it. But unfortunately, I did have my jack stand underneath the bumper, and it did rip the bumper off. So we're going to see if we can see what the rules say about welding a new bumper on there. But I would like a rear bumper for this, and I would like it the exact length of basically the mounting surfaces. I made it longer last year, and it kind of came in and hit the tires, so I don't want to do that. So there's still a little bit more that we got to do back here. I do want to put another seat belt, and then maybe from like here to here. And yeah, so there is still a little bit more to do, but I do have to read the rules. I'm not sure if I have to cut a hole in here so they can see in or not. I've tucked the trunk before, believe it or not, but I'm not a big fan of it. And yeah, not an overly big fan of it. Didn't really like what happened over here on the side, but nothing I can really do about it. But I do like how everything is away from the suspension, because that's what I want. I want everything away from the tires and the suspension to avoid it coming into the tires. Last year my frame kind of went down a bit, so I'm trying to make it so that this year the frame does not go down. So let's do a little bit more work on this, and then we'll show you guys the final product. And I'm going to go kind of clarify with the rules a bit to see what I am allowed to do and what I'm not allowed to do to this thing. Welcome back. I'm just joking, guys. We are out here with the rules today. So, some more things that I do want to do to this today. We are just checking some of the rules for the back of this. And one of the rules I just seen is something I like. So what we're going to do now is we're going to run a bit more of 9-wire around the back of this car. So the rule that I'm after is you are allowed 2 spots in 9-wire. Sheet metal is sheet metal only. So we can't go around the frame, inside the car, no double wrap. So my plan is I want to go from here to the same spot on the other side. And the reason for that is last year I lost my towers. I didn't lose them at Mini Meltdown. I lost them after. But that's not the point. If I lost them after, I have the chance to lose them at the show. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to run some 9-wire from here to here, across, tighten it, and then put the gas tank protector tight to it. Yes, so let's do that. We got all the 9-wire on the floor. Try not to get it all tangled up. And I did go out and buy these really fancy drill bits, guys. Not cheap. Not cheap, but guess what? It goes through, and I haven't broke them yet. So we're going to be drilling some more holes. I did already make it through. I'm going to have to drill some bigger holes. That way I can actually get the 9-wire through there. But we are going to run some 9-wire from side to side, and then put the gas tank protector in. So let's get this done. So that was a lot of work. Rules state I can have 2 pieces of 9-wire from body panels to body panels. So this is what I chose to try to help hold these pillars in. Is across here, and then this one here. I'm going to try to pass this off as a door hold shut.
So we'll see what they say about that. I don't think they're going to fall for it, but if they do, then I can add one more piece of 9-wire when I get there, and it'll probably be like right here or something. Maybe back here, I don't know. But guys, we're going to try the back window welded chain again. Last year they made me take it off, but the rules say I can have a chain from roof to trunk, but it doesn't say that it can't be welded. So we're going to try this again. Fool me once, shame on, I don't know, but screw it. We're going to be bolting this chain on, and then as far as I'm concerned, if we have more time, we'll go back and spend a little bit more time peening the back of this car, but creasing, peening, whatever you guys want to call it. But as of right now, I think the back of this thing is done. I do want to put a bumper on it, but unfortunately, we did rip the bumper bracing off. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to put a bumper on this. I do want a bumper. I'm just not sure how I'm going to do it yet. So let's get this thing bolted down here. And then we'll call it a day on the back of this car, because honestly, guys, I've spent the last 2.5 hours doing this 9-wire, trying to make it look all pretty. We got to twist there, we got to twist there, we got to twist over there, we got to twist there. And then my plan is hopefully that the cage will fit in, and then it'll just kind of push tight against that 9-wire. But let's get this bolted in, and then we'll try to maybe get the gas tank protector in and see how it looks, and that'll be it for today. Well, we got the cage in here super loosely. Now, the problem is that I'm missing a lot of bolts. Second problem is I forgot how to put this together. This crossbar that I drilled and tapped was upside down and backwards. So after I flipped it right side up, tried doing it again, wouldn't work. Anyway, it took me like an hour just to get that bar in there because I had to get it right positioned right. And then I put in all these upside down. And then just non-stop, just stupid crap. So what we're going to do now is we have to go get some bolts. I've misplaced all my bolts. So we're just going to use the inside holes, and then when we do that, we're just going to put a spacer in there and give it a little tack, so that way the cage is all pushing on itself. Then we're going to suck the cage back, because the rules do state that the cage can be tight to the speaker tray, and that's where it's going to be. So, lots more to do on this, guys. But, as far as I'm concerned, the back end of the car with the quarter panels, the trunk, the back window bar, which I'm pretty sure they're going to try to make me remove again this year, is all in place. So, yay! We're getting somewhere. So tomorrow, what I'd like to do is I'd like to have, maybe not tomorrow because I have stuff planned, but the next day we work on this, I'd like to get the rest of this cage in. I'd like to get the door bars in. I'd like to maybe leave out the passenger door bar for now, just because it is a lot of work getting in and out. It'd be nice to climb in and out through the door. Maybe we can get the front tires on it so we can get this car moved ahead, so then that way I can get inside. But I want to put new fuel lines in it. I'd like to run a lot of new stuff for this car. But we're getting quite well done on this. I still haven't purchased a bumper for it, so we will be purchasing a bumper. I think I'm going to do 3x6 by 3/16 is what I'm after. So, but thanks everybody for watching. I just put an entire day pretty much just into the 9-wire back here. It doesn't look like it, but there was a lot of thinking involved in this, and let's face it, I'm not the best at thinkings. I'm more of a doing guy, not a thinking guy. But it's in there. We got this trunk finished. We got the back window. Everything is going in there good. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you back here later on Zach's Workshop.